Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another video of mine. And this video is discussing Derry City. And as you can see, the thumbnail, it says basically Rory Higgins, is he under pressure to win the title this season for Derry City? And I don't really like talking about managers being under pressure, etc, etc. Certainly not publicly, but there has to be a bit of a question here regarding Derry City going into the season. A lot of investment in the squad over the last couple of years. They've won the FAI Cup, to be fair to them, which is still a great competition to win. I think last year was a little bit underwhelming for them, to be honest. They finished second in the end, I know that. But, they were closer to the teams finishing outside Europe than they were to Shamrock Rovers winning the title. And yet Rovers weren't at their devastating best last season. In fact, I think Derry City's points total last season was less than the previous season. So that's an interesting one as well. And of course, there should be pressure. There should be pressure on them. There should be pressure on Derry City. They have a very, very settled squad, which is a good thing. Tied players down. Players that, they haven't really lost any players that they wanted to lose. Arguably, Brandon Kavanagh has won, but Higgins, for whatever reason, probably wasn't using them enough. So he had to leave the club, basically, didn't he? Keane Kavanagh's gone and McGonagall's gone. So they're trying to revamp that attack. Now, I'm doing this video, and the video's going to be out in a couple of days. Pat Hooban will be going to Derry, but he may be signed officially by the time this video is out. So either way, you know what I mean, I think Hooban's going to be at the club anyway. So that's going to be massive for them. Someone with a presence, someone with the goal scoring pedigree and that hunger and desire, I think, to succeed and win more trophies again. But regarding Rory Higgins, I think, he'll know himself. He's not stupid. He'll know that he has to deliver next season. I'll stop short by saying that he has to win the title, because it depends. If Shamrock Rovers, for example, were to have an absolutely fantastic season and drop far less points than they did last season, and Derry City were to push them close, then no, I don't think. I think you have to be realistic and say, okay, that's fair enough, he's not under pressure. But if Rovers would have a similar-ish season to last season and Derry City weren't to win the league, then there might be a question. You might have to look at it and you might have to say, do they need a shift? Do they need a change in management to kick things on? Because you'd have to look at the squad. I believe the players are there. They're very good defensively. They've got good options in midfield, good options in attacking areas. Whelan will be back soon as well. He's been injured, but he'll be back soon enough as well. I believe he's back in training, but at the same time, it's going to take him a while to get up to speed. So the main issue last year and even the year before, so it was drawing too many games, you know what I mean, and not creating enough chances or not taking chances in games. So some of the draws you need to turn into wins. How do you do that? You try and improve the attack. So I think sometimes Rory has been a bit conservative in some of the games as well that I watched, particularly live, just a little bit, where you felt, geez, you know what, they could have won that game there. They've more than the opposition, etc., etc. That's what I felt when I watched them, particularly live, as in, at the grounds, watching them play or whatever. But on TV as well, like when I've watched them too, in that kind of way. But obviously you see more at the grounds, as you know yourself, guys. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they do. If they were to finish third, for example, which, Pats could be in the running now as well with some of the signs they made. If they were to finish third, I think he's under a lot of pressure, in my opinion. And I think there has to be a question. If Derry City were to win the league, it'd be fantastic for the city, and it'd be fantastic for them to win it under Rory, to be honest, because he's a Derry man and I'd love to see him do it. But if they were to finish third, for example, or adrift of whoever wins the league, then I think it's about 3 seasons into the project, you'd have to look at it, because you might be saying that, geez, you know what, guys, we're no closer than we were, 2 seasons ago or something like that. So they have to get there, I think. And, there's not too many excuses for me. The squad is there. It's a settled squad. Some really good players there. Some great options. The likes of midfield. Patrick McElhenney, I know he gets injuries, but you've got Patchin, you've got Harkin back. Adam O'Reilly, Diallo probably still be there as well. So we've got a lot of options in those areas too. As I said, very solid at the back. Although sometimes I think they're a little bit too, sometimes, not all the time, just saying, sometimes they're a bit too defensive for me, and that might be the reason as well why, you know, they're very good defensively overall. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I just think in some games, you know, it's 0-0 going into the last few minutes, it's 1-1 going into the last few minutes. Has he tried something different? Does he try something different, Rory? I don't think so. Out of all the managers in around the top 4 or 5, he's probably the one that doesn't try something different the most. Almost fear losing the match or something. That has to come out of him. That has to come out of the team going into next year, in my opinion. But just a short video on that, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, particularly if you're a Derry fan. What's your expectations for the season? What's deemed not to be good enough by the end of the season? And do you think the squad is good enough to mount a serious challenge for the title? Let me know what you think in the comments anyway, guys. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. Hit that bell notification button so you can keep up to date with videos. And give the video a thumbs up, guys. It helps YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.